that would become a front in the war.
All right, everybody. Welcome to this episode, a special edition that my of which is why we're starting a little bit late tonight. There we are. Let me add our guest in because I had to redo this whole thing. Yay me, right? So just give me a second here, and we'll get everybody. My computer decided to crash. All right. Close this out. All right. So I had everything set up, but my computer decided to crash again. Brand new computer, and it crashes. What? Really? I don't know. I hate computers. I really do. So tonight we're going to talk about the our public investigation of the Joseph Turner house, which is the house in the background. I'm going to show you some clips. We're going to have our guest on, and as soon as she gets on the stream here, I find where I put the music, the video clips. Maybe. There we are. So on the what date was it? Nope, no, don't play. That's part of it. I guess I'll have to do this one at a time. Um, so what happened? So the other last weekend we had um, our public investigation, and here is our guest now, Victoria.
Hi.
Hello there. Oh wait, that might help. That might help. If I turn my sound on, right? Can you hear? There we
Yeah,
are.
I can hear you. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Only my computer deciding to be retarded.
It's okay.
So, for those that don't know, I'm just going to remove us both from here from the stream real quick. It's on Van Sickles Road in Union Township, but the address is Hampton, New Jersey. And if you didn't notice, it's haunted. And Victoria can attest to that because we had a lot of experiences last weekend. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the paranormal? I know we kind of talked a little bit behind the stairs, but
Yeah.
we were both kind of running between, you know, all that. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, why you like the paranormal, how you got into it, and all that.
Yeah, so I'm Victoria. I've always really had like experiences. I swore I lived in a haunted house when I was like 11 or 12. So I since then I've had experiences throughout my life, and walking in I was already very open because I had already done like my own kind of ghost investigation, like paranormal investigation at my the houses I've lived in that I've had experiences in. So, going in, I was still very open, and I thought it was a great experience because everything that was happening was very like true and real to the moment. And like you were saying before, when we were before we even walked in, that some of the stuff like will happen. Don't get freaked out. And it can be very easy to get like freaked out and be like, oh my
Oh, yeah.
god, did that really just happen?
Yep.
So it was very helpful to have already had experiences, but I still had that moment that I was like, keep it together. Like that was definitely very real, a little freaky. It was amazing, and probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. I mean, so I'm 25 now. Since I was like 11 or 12, I've had those experiences, and this was like one of the ones that really just validates every experience I've had throughout. Just makes everything super real, and everything was really informative. It was amazing. So that's a little bit about me.
Nice. What kind of experiences did you have last weekend?
I can say one of the biggest ones that stands out is when I can't really remember the exact name of the room. I kind of remember it as the civil room, which had like all like the rusty artifacts and like
Oh,
the
the artifact room.
frames. Yeah. In that room, I just like automatically felt drawn to that one. So
Mhm.
when we initially had the tour and they were saying like the hotspots, for me that was like very much a hotspot. So once we were able to like free roam, I immediately also was very drawn to the dowsing rods. So immediately I got those and went back up to the room. And one of the first things that really happened within like 10 minutes of using the dowsing rods was the little cat ball that was in there. That
Mhm.
room, it like went off on its own. And that was the moment for me that I was like, oh shoot, like I was not near
Real.
there, like nobody in here. Yeah. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
put it together and I was like, let me just come back. So going back to the other group, I still felt so drawn. And then I came back, and then I actually was able to like record myself using the dowsing rods and like the responses I was getting, and it was all just really amazing because I asked if who I was speaking to, which I asked who if it was Larry. I don't know. It just kind of came to me. I was like, this feels like Larry, that they were explaining, who had lived in the house, and which the
Larry the Cable Guy.
yeah, the spirit I was speaking to had actually, like, approved that it was him, and, I asked if there was anything of significance in that room, like, of him, and then I asked if he can point the dowsing rods in that direction, and he absolutely did, and then I went right in front of it, and it just kept talking to me about it, and nothing ever stopped. Like, it was very clear communication in that room, and then, you go to the other spots and feel very open and seeing a lot of different experiences there, but in that room was, like, the that was the biggest, experience I really had. It was amazing. It was, like, clear communication. He was swinging them completely, like, no hesitation at all. So it was amazing.
Yeah, I actually have a video here if I can find out which one it is. Hold on a second. Come on, load. Load. Maybe. Ah, look at that, I found it. So this is a video when we were in there. Um,
Yeah.
and this is the room that you're talking about. And
Yes,
over by the
exactly.
big wheel, there's a cat wall in there. There's one over there, and there's one over by where the portal. And you're gonna see me going. I'm holding the camera, so unsteadiness is probably me breathing. I'm holding it against my chest, and I'm at. You can hear me breathing heavy because I'm out of shape. I'm fat and out of shape, so I just came up the stairs. So there's Jane. Jane was our medium for the night. She's the um, our house representative. But if I can actually, if I point that way, see the cap wall. One of the cap wall on the where the portal is
I heard
went
Mike.
off a couple times. It's hard to
Did
see
you say
within the
Mike or
night vision
Bob?
mode,
We've gotten Mike's name a few times.
but I do one of these videos. I do change off night vision.
Isn't a mic here? He's a president that you know. Okay,
Yeah, he's the president.
okay.
Are you looking for Mike, or is that who's here?
Kept getting the name Mike. Okay, there's the wall off to the right there. Kind of you can barely see it, but it's there. Were you in here for this?
I think I was in there during that group or a little bit later on, but I
That's
remember
interesting.
I feel like I was in that room.
Why are you looking for Mike?
Going. This clip is. It doesn't say
Did
how
you
long
know
it is, but
Mike? Do you know Mike?
we're going there for a while. Here's Rosemary. And I don't know if you can see, I had the tape recorder going.
Dan? Is Dan up here? Or are you asking for me? People coming up the stairs.
Do we have anybody?
Just tell everybody this house is really not that big. The house was built in 17.
Yes.
The original part of the house was built in 1760, before
Sound
the
like a
America was
woman.
America.
Who's
So,
who's here working?
there's a voice right there talking over me. And we do have EVPs. I did not get a chance to listen to them yet. So hopefully for the next show, for the next recap,
Mike.
we'll listen to those.
Mike is working? Yes.
And Mike is the president
Mike
of the Union
new?
Association. So he's in the house a lot too.
Does Mike have a last name? What is that? Okay. Oh. My name is, my legal name is Daniel. Hey, look.
Look, we were getting there's what's going on
Who's
right
lighting
now.
that up?
I don't know if you can see. I tried to zoom. There it goes.
Yeah.
Who just lit up the cat ball?
These are the first time I've
Thank
used
you.
these, and half of them didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I guess that's what I get for paying $9 for them.
Oh no, it went very clear off when I had experienced it.
And that's not the only time it went off too. It
Can you
kept
tell
going
us who
off
just lit the ball?
the room.
Me.
Whatever
Who's
was there
me?
was playing it.
Yeah.
Say it again. Who's me? That's it, Pedro.
I can make out what it is. Male voice, I just can't.
No, I don't know.
Can
if
you
had
light the ball up again?
Loud mouth.
I kept hearing voices.
You're just calling me a loud. You just calling me a loud.
Loud mouth.
Yeah, that's what it called me a loudmouth. Well, something about the house. The house does not like me.
Yeah.
Invitation?
No, it said Dan. I thought it said Dan.
I heard invitation.
Invitation.
Yes.
That wasn't an invitation. Who's the loudmouth?
Girl.
I had a recorder on the table there. I just haven't listened to it yet.
This is almost like when we were here at 3 a.m.
Yeah, everybody.
Now I mentioned when we were
I
here
don't
at
know who
3
the
a.m.
loudmouth is.
We were literally in this room for 2 hours.
Why won't you tell me?
I just heard you.
It just said you.
Like 1 to 3.
No, thanks. Jerk off.
Oh my. So you said no provoking?
Sorry.
Just gonna say that.
I guess I'll have to kick myself out.
Normally we don't provoke on public investigations, but it slipped. Slip of the tongue.
Well, I'm sorry you think I'm a loudmouth, but I have a loud voice, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry.
Somebody's being funny.
Kind of.
They're trying to be.
Oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
in the room. I was in the other room. I remember hearing you say that.
Not that what it said. That's what
I think so.
I heard. Not
There's
really.
a gene out there, not great or something.
Yeah.
Somebody's a comedian.
Somebody have the Ovilus?
Right there, I heard
just heard a
the
voice.
Well,
Does somebody up here have the Ovilus? Anybody out there with it? Oh, look, the cat balls.
there goes the cat ball again. There you go. Now you can see it better.
Right
You couldn't
again.
get the cat ball to move, but it kept going
Who
off.
just lit the cat ball up? Hurry.
This is where the cat ball wouldn't stop going
Does
until we
somebody
left.
still have the obelisk?
Right, do you have the audio?
Oh, is anybody out? Anybody in the corner here? Because I swear I heard a voice coming from that way.
All right, if you can light the ball up. Light this one up. There you go. There we go.
There it goes, it's lighting the ball up again.
Now, I'm not sure if Jane touched anything or
Thank you.
to make that go off, so that could have been her.
Can you move that ball? Yes. Okay. We'll take that as a yes. So I'll tell you what, if you can move that ball, yeah, we'll be really happy.
Oh my God, I'd be so happy.
That's kind of a form of provoking as well, but it's not going to get anybody hurt.
Move it any way you want.
Go ahead, chuck it. No.
That's provoking.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Don't chuck it, just move it. That's it.
If you're gonna chuck it, make sure you can give me money for it.
So,
When you say that you can move the ball.
Oh. No, I'm not. Yeah, I knew that.
Well, now you're being a smart ass.
If you don't want the loudmouth here, you better move the ball.
Now watch, the ball will
Yes,
move.
probably.
Damn, that thing's going.
Come on, dude. Move it. Just a little bit. Tiny, tiny.
so basically, from that point on, the balls kept going off and all that. I think I have another one. Let me just look here. What did you think of that?
I thought that was pretty accurate, but when it went off for me, I actually wasn't asking it anything, anything. I was just talking to him. I don't remember exactly what I was talking about, but it was just like a general kind of question. And then all of a sudden it went off. So that's kind of what threw me off. But that was pretty accurate. It's pretty much like that, like just pops up and you don't expect it.
So now, did you get to go outside at all?
Yeah, we went outside in a group with Tiffany and we went near the barn. And I believe it was John that was in the barn. That was like the first kind of move we went out to do when we all separated after in like the initial group talk. And we used a spirit box there first, so that was really cool. But first she had used the dowsing rods to ask if it was okay that we were there, and he seemed okay, but wasn't like very talkative. So in the end, she did it like I believe it was like a small EVP session, like on her phone, and couldn't when you were having this conversation.
So I did hear the obelisk then, but nobody would confirm it. Nobody confirmed it. So I did. Okay, so that's debunked. I did hear the obelisk and stuff, but that doesn't explain the voices, the disembodied voices I kept hearing all night. And I'm not a medium by any chance or anything like that. I do hear stuff every now and then, but nothing, like what I was hearing. But so continue with outside.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool because that was the first initial like group thing we did, and after speaking with him there, he was kind of a little brief. He didn't really speak a lot. We broke off into that, going near the barn, and then I definitely got the feeling of being watched there completely. So for me, it felt better to walk near the barn where I felt I was being watched. I did take pictures, and all the pictures that I took of that barn is just completely like foggy, white, cloudy, and it was just a regular kind of night. Like there wasn't really much fog.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't really like tell it was like my iPhone camera, but it was still pretty cool that the area that you feel being watched and that he did confirm being there was
Uh-huh.
just completely like covered with fog in the picture. But after a while, he actually had left and went inside, so we all gravitated inside, and then that's when things started to get a little bit more um, like more experiences. Because then I went to Sarah's room, which she was like the first spirit at the house I had spoken to,
Mhm.
and it's really interesting using the dowsing rod because I feel like depending on who you're really speaking to, it depends like how they move it. Because when I was speaking with Sarah with the dowsing rods, she was very like gentle. It was ours on the other side of the house though. Maybe I'm like mixing. Yeah.
Well, she's talking about the Ovilus.
Oh, okay.
The Ovilus.
Bouncing around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking with Sarah was really cool because she was when she was speaking with them with me with the dowsing rods, it was just very gentle and like slow movements, but then with Larry it was very like strong, no hesitation, like just I know my answer, and you could just tell like who you're really speaking to is completely different than the other, like their energy is different, so that was really amazing. And um then I went into the the room to speak with Larry, and throughout there was a lot of different cool experiences. I would say that I'm not sure what the name of the method was, the Estes method.
Estes method.
Yeah, that was amazing. Like
Yeah,
that
we'll
was
get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. You mentioned
that's
Sarah's
good.
room,
Yeah,
and we have
Sarah.
a video from Sarah's room here. As soon as it pops up here, there we go. So this is the first room I went in with Jane and Rosemary. Jane had said that Sarah was crying. She was upset about something. So this will kind of explain what's going on here. Sarah was huddled in the corner by the attic.
Yeah, she seemed like that's what she was there. That was helpful.
I don't know what I was filming at this point. I think I was trying to. I think I was filming with the camera or something. I was working on that, so that's why we're seeing the wall. And my dumbass forgot to turn it on.
We were in Sarah's room at the Turner.
And that sweeping sound you hear is the ghost box, spirit box, whatever you want to call it.
Is Jacob with you? I've never seen Jacob. Is he around too? Is there somebody here that's got you upset? It's okay, Sarah. You can speak louder. You don't have to be afraid of anybody.
So basically, all the communication here was going through Jane. Jane was seeing her. She was talking to her. She talks to her all the time. So normally the door opens by itself. It's open by itself at the door. Of course, every time we didn't have a camera. That's just how it works. Go figure, you know. I'm not sure if Rosemary's scared or if she's trying to.
Yeah, that sounded like. Sarah, can you open the door? Where's she sitting? On the step.
And I had a REM
Sarah,
pod. It was
there's
a
a
REM
ball.
pod. Cat ball there.
There's a couple pieces of equipment here. You could light it up. I'll show you. See if I can see here. All right.
At this point, I couldn't see
I'll
nothing.
light this up, or the catwalk. You can roll that ball. See what-
No. I just wish I could see what
Why it keeps cutting out? I think my internet's crashed.
Can you light one of those up?
Rosemary.
No.
Okay, so where is
Please slow down.
that? So it's probably. Rosemary says, I don't know if this is going to show, but Rosemary says she wasn't scared, but but it looked damn scared. Okay. And then she also says she needs to start smiling. Yeah, you do.
She's okay. It won't come too close.
It's freezing. I apologize. The internet is being stupid. My $160 a month for internet. This is the result. Stupid Xfinity.
Yes. What would you like us to do?
You need help with.
You can speak louder,
I don't think we ever found out why she was upset, why Sarah was so upset.
She seemed pretty hesitant when I was talking to her.
Yeah. Well, this was right after everybody split. 'Cause I was still gathering stuff together. Jane came down and said that she was upset, and so we grabbed the camera, recorded and stuff, and went right up there and found out what was going on.
Yeah.
louder?
She felt dirty. What does that mean? I think that's Rosemary, because Rosemary didn't sign in, so it's coming out Facebook user. She felt dirty.
Is that Rosemary?
That was something.
Yeah, that's something.
I think so. Is that you, Rosemary?
Tara, a little bit louder?
And thought that she would be in trouble. Oh, okay, that's what it was. She felt like she was dirty, and she thought she was going to be in trouble. That's what it was.
Sarah, do you need more power? Do you need more energy to?
I chugged the truck stop coffee before we started.
If so, we have stuff that will give you some energy.
I think I'm gonna make a video called "Faces of Rosemary" when she's investigating. She looks so intent.
Yeah. Like, so she's really like listening.
Say
to
yes.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to go get the? I can't think of the name. You want me to go get more energy for you?
Sarah. It was definitely after this, and I think like she was just like overall nervous from feeling like she was gonna get in trouble, speaking to like something.
And that's the end of the video. So yeah. So the cat ball did light up for that one. I don't know if we caught it. It might have skipped it, but
Yeah, it was a little laggy, but
yeah. But the cat ball did light up, and I'm channeling in, and I'm feeling stuff, but I don't like how I look on camera. Well,
I'm sure you look beautiful.
just remember, Rosemary, 25. 25.
25. What do you mean?
But so now after that, where did we go? I forget where I went. I know I tried to go outside. I think I took a break after that. But I know I tried to go outside, but I just never made it outside. She's laughing. And but I really do want. Every time I go over there, I want to get to the barn. I might just go over there with a recorder and just go in the barn because I haven't been to the barn yet. I've investigated this house 3 times. Twice it rained, and one time we were getting so much activity in the house, and then I just never walked the grounds. But describe. I have the 2 videos here from when we did the Estes method with you. Describe what that was like.
That I actually never done anything like that before, but
That was my first time doing it too.
Yeah, it's like when you kind of see it in a movie, it's completely different than experiencing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I kind of had some background experience, like researching this and like knowing it, so I, kind of easily walking into it. It was very probably like the craziest, coolest experience I've ever had really doing a paranormal investigation because when you hear like when you're the noise cancellation and the sound of the spirit box together, just like the and then the sound of the person's voice coming in, everything is so clear. And then the conversation that I was hearing, it was just so clear. It was like
Nice.
spurts in and out, even though it wasn't like immediate responses, it was just so clear. It was like an argument, and then someone else came in very, very upset that that argument was happening. So it was super cool.
I kept hearing disembodied voices, like people arguing and stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't even think Jane heard them.
No, and Rosemary went on and like validated everything that just happened to me. Oh my God.
And Rosemary did it too. I just don't have the video up of her.
That was amazing after when she did it, and after me, I was like literally saying everything like I just said. It was that's what made it like a little bit even more like because she validated everything. I just heard.
Yeah, we actually had to stop it because we were getting.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's when that point of you could tell like whatever that third kind of person or thing entity that was there did not like that argument and the fact that we were even talking.
Yeah.
That's when the voice when you were saying before like things will get a little freaky and you can't freak out. And when I heard that like super deep voice in that moment, it was very easy to get freaked out, but then you have to like contain it. That was like another cool moment where you get like, holy, this is real, but enough to that it was so cool. It was amazing. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Rosemary. We're gonna do it again. You're gonna get to do it again. Yeah, I would have done it, but the blindfold fit my fat head. So.
No, everybody in the team was amazing.
Although I probably could just do one of these.
It was so amazing.
Yeah. Just wait, Rosemary, until we get to do it on a demonic investigation.
Oh my gosh, I need to see this.
No,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the wife's sleep thing. That fits my head.
Yeah.
Why do I smell rotten eggs? Oh my god. My wife just changed my son. Oh.
Oh,
Whew. Sorry, folks. My son's got a rancid butt.
parent life.
Yeah, you say that now, Rosemary. But so here is one of the videos. I'm not sure which one comes first, so we'll just play them and see what happens. And good lord. And this is you. You're sitting here with the blindfold on.
Oh my God,
Camera's
that's
going to be
me.
moving up and down because at this point it was about 11:30, and I was sitting in a chair and I was dozing off. You can see the guy right there. He's asleep.
Yeah.
He's asleep. And the camera's kind of resting on my chest. So the up and down is me breathing. Or is what a demon?
Oh, the smell maybe of the rotten eggs. Maybe
Oh
that's what she said.
no, that's Edison's diaper.
So cool seeing myself. I remember hearing the word, like the B word. I don't know if I can say it in live. The B word, and it was
Yeah, go
that
ahead,
was
say
kind
it.
of cool. Yeah, I remember hearing bitch,
Just
but
don't
it was
mention.
like so.
Yeah,
It was so loud. It was like. Mm.
yeah. So it's gonna be a little harder to hear because I'm sitting far away and I don't have the wireless mics on anybody. I think for the next one, geez, Rosemary, you can't spell, can you?
Yeah, that's definitely what I
Well,
heard.
the next one is the actual spelling, but I'm not gonna put it up. But I think for the next one, I'm gonna put the wireless mics on. 'Cause it's a little hard to hear. I just didn't feel like getting up. I was so tired by that point.
Yeah, but Joseph was a loyalist. He wouldn't have anything to do with the French because the French was on the American side.
Dude, you stink. You stink. Yeah, I think next time I'm gonna have I'm either gonna put the camera right in the face or whoever's doing
Yeah,
it, and I'm gonna put the wireless mics on because you can't really hear what you're saying.
it was in short, kind of like spurts here and there when I was hearing things, so that would make
Yeah,
sense.
I'm surprised you didn't get anything from that was like kind of picking on Mike there. You can tell he's out cold.
You wanna play?
Yeah, but it was also towards the end too, so
Yeah, yeah. I know. I was up at the crack. I was up in a tree at 5 a.m. that
yeah,
morning because it was the first opening day of deer season. So I was exhausted, and then I walked
yeah.
around Phillipsburg rail yard for a couple hours in the heat and stuff. So I was beat. I had
Yeah.
I stopped at the truck stop and got a coffee, a large coffee.
Oh man, yeah, it was late.
Yeah. I mean, we could have kept it going, but it was just everybody was just like, bleh.
And it was
We
starting to get like
originally
dark.
wanted to do, yeah,
Oh,
we originally wanted to do this upstairs in either the artifact room, Sarah's room, or the office, whichever one was more active. But being everybody was down there, it was just easier to get in the parlor.
yeah. And then when they heard that sigh towards the door, those
Mm-hmm.
the two that were standing towards the door, they heard like a deep sigh. And like I even know that like them kind of like because I work with her mom, and it was like very real when they heard it, and it scared them
Yeah.
completely when they heard that. So that was pretty cool towards the end too.
There's definitely a lot of disembodied voices and noises and all that. I'm hoping that when I do listen to the audio, that we caught a lot of it. Fortunately, I didn't get a chance to do it yet because I have a job.
Yeah, adulting.
Yeah, I wish I could do. I wish I could do this forever. I wish I could charge people to
Yeah,
investigate, but I can't. I can
only.
make a fortune. Oh, we're done there. So yeah, so that's that one. This one might be a little. Let me get rid of this. Remove from studio. And here's the other one. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put the wireless mics on for this if I'm sitting that far back.
Yeah.
I just didn't burn them.
Whose house is this?
Now, could you
Actually,
hear us talking?
I was I was just gonna say I actually couldn't hear anything you guys were saying, like at all.
Okay.
Me. Mhm.
She looks so content.
I was meditating so hard at that moment, like you have no idea. Like opening my third eye and everything.
Oh, she jumped at the chance to do this. So I mean, that kid in class. Me.
Oh my god, yeah, you asked if anyone wanted to try it. I was like, yes, nobody's jumping from this. Absolutely.
I think I think you had said yes before I was finished asking the question.
Oh,
British.
yeah, exactly. I was like, does anyone want it? Me.
Now, is this the second? Is this like towards the end when uh, when you were meditating, or is this towards the
The whole
beginning?
time I was literally meditating the whole time. As soon as like I thank you. As soon as I actually like got them on, I knew I was like I need to start meditating. But then once it got longer, that's when I kind of started to slip
Yeah,
deeper into meditation because everybody was starting to get tired, and then like you start to get tired,
I thought you
and
were
then
probably.
your brain starts to get a little bit like over like out
Yeah,
of the moment. So you have to really like be in that. I was meditating so hard I couldn't hear anything you guys are saying. Like I I was just listening to the voices. That's why it's like towards the end when it started to get like angry. Like the first real aggressive voice you could hear out of the spirit box was like
Somebody outside?
like super deep. Like
Oh, okay.
completely shocked me. I don't know if you even caught it on the video, but that was like it was really cool. So
yeah.
towards the end, it makes sense why, because we were
Was
all there for a while.
There was. I don't have it,
supposed to turn on
but in fact, what I'll do in the file. So this was found in. I don't know if you can see it. This is a board. This was found
Yeah.
in the house. Like I said, the house was abandoned for a while, and we feel that there were rituals done in the house. And this was found in the house when I guess when the association took it over and stuff. So uh, last year for Halloween, Bruce Tango was doing an event in the house, and he asked for everything upstairs to come down. well, supposedly, according to the medium I had with us, there were negative entities attached to this,
There's no guilt
and
outside,
they
right?
came out of it. So since then, the board is now destroyed and in the garbage. So we can't, if there is a negative entity in there, we
What's going
can't
on? The motion
um,
sensor's off.
put it back into the board.
Unless it's the REM
At
pod.
least that board, anyway. I have other stuff to take care of it, but that's where I think the negative presence was coming in.
Because I'm here. Because I heard a female voice in my left ear. Again.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I was sitting there and I heard a female voice in my left ear.
Inside, right?
That was my son. All right, stop throwing stuff.
Ask him to speak clearer.
You could also make out like if it was a female or a male too, in when you're using that, which I didn't know before, which made it a lot cooler actually, because then you could really tell they were arguing. That was really cool.
Now I'm wondering. We'll have to look into the history on that and see if there was anybody that lived in the house that was being abused or anything like that. 'Cause, I mean, back in when this house was lived in, women were treated like crap. They were treated like a piece of property and
Yeah.
stuff. So it could have been, it could very well could have been actual, and we're hearing the imprint of that fight through time or whatever it's called. It's 9 o'clock. I've been up since 3 a.m., so don't mind me. Excuse me, it's 10 o'clock. Almost 10 o'clock, so.
It's so cool to see myself there. I'm like, oh my
At
god.
one point, I thought you fell asleep. You weren't talking.
No.
I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, she fell asleep.
I'm telling you, I was so into that meditation. But when you tapped me, I was like, oh, I forgot I was even like in a room with 15 other people. I was like, oh yeah, it's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah, I'm so glad I have to drive that far to go home. Where do you live?
In Manville, but that road that we were on was literally probably the darkest road I've ever driven on.
Oh, yeah, that's most of the roads around here.
Yeah, I missed the house like 4
That's
times
pretty good.
before I pulled in.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much light there.
Yeah, they had to come out with flashlights. I was like, oh my god.
See, everybody's passed out at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the very end though, so.
Yeah, at this point, I think it was like around 11:30 at this point. Everybody was just like,
Yeah.
it's raining and all that.
Because a lot of what it was saying was a little bit inaudible until like the end. It kind of got a little clearer, and it was like,
Yeah, I think we would have had better responses if we were upstairs.
Yeah.
But to cram everybody in that room was just impossible. So it was just easier to stay in the parlor. Plus, everybody could fall asleep.
Comfortably.
I mean, look, like I said, he's out. Mike's out.
Yeah, that guy. Poor guy.
I'm surprised his head wasn't bobbing. That's how. There, his eyes were opened.
The things that I did hear clearly were like, yeah, or like little short words. If they were saying something a
Mhm.
little longer, that was the thing that was more inaudible. But I remember hearing a lot of like, yeah, or I don't, just like short, like what, like kind of small stuff like that. But then their tone was super like angry, like you're arguing with someone a little bit. Or like, hey.
Yeah. Well, Joseph Turner was a loyalist for the British. You know, he actually fled the house at one point, and I believe, don't quote me on this, I think he was captured and held at the Solitude House in Highbridge, uh,
Mm,
if I remember correctly. I'll
Highbridge
have
was the
to.
name of the, sorry, Highbridge was the name of the
Highbridge
town
was
that
what?
Highbridge was the name of the town that Larry, when I was speaking to him, he was saying that that was like when I asked him if there's
Oh,
anything of significance in the room, he like pointed to the east. Oh, was it East Highbridge? It was like somewhere in Highbridge because I'm not really familiar with the
okay.
area. It was
So
like
the a
area.
lot of the furniture that's in that house came from the Solitude House, which is also
Mhm.
haunted. But that's a whole different story. So a lot of that furniture could have had an attachment, and they brought it over. The spirits might have came with the furniture.
I
Yeah,
heard it.
So that's where I might have heard Highbridge from.
yeah.
You just tapped her.
Yeah, at this point you can tell Highbridge just like, is it time to go home yet?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I rode home with the window open, my head out,
Oh
making sure I
yeah.
was getting hit with the wind.
Yeah, I needed air after that. Especially when we were in the attic. Everyone was in the attic and it gets hot and cold up there. It was
Yeah,
super hot
it
up
gets
in the
really
attic.
stuffy up in the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't mind me moving the camera around. I'm just trying to get comfortable at this point. Let's see how much longer we got on this. We're just about
It
at the
doesn't
end, so
feel that long.
so so yeah, that was definitely it was definitely a good investigation. I actually wasn't expecting it to be as active as it was, um,
Yeah, it's
because
definitely
there's a lot of
more.
people. And my theory is if you have a bunch of people, why are you here? Or do you know you're dead? Stuff like that. They're not going to be there
Yeah.
because they're going to be hiding because they're going to think somebody's robbing their house. So to get that, I thank the spirits of the Joseph Turner house for working that night.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot. We got a lot. Like I said, I have to go over um the audio, and hopefully I'll have it done before the next event, not the 22nd, the 29th. Um, but we so the Union Forge Heritage Association is having their own public ghost hunt on October 22nd, which has nothing to do with us. I will be there helping out. But it's going to be same. I think it's going to be about. I don't know price. I think the price is going to be $75. 8 to 12. It's not up yet. I'll be hopefully getting that soon so we can get it up and get it out. But our next one is October 29th. Is um, 2 days before Halloween. 3 days before Halloween. That's Saturday, the last Saturday of the month. And same thing, $75, 8 to midnight, and hopefully the spirits come ready to talk again and give us some good evidence. So
Yeah.
grab your tickets. You'll see us online. New Jersey Ghost Detectives page. You find it on Paranormal Happy Hours page. My personal page. Check YouTube too. We do have a YouTube. So go over there, like, share, do whatever you want. Just get me some likes. Or get us some likes. But it's gonna be. I think it's going to be even better on the 29th, more active on the 29th because it's going to be a little bit thinner than it was last weekend. So, um, and I don't know if you can get another ticket for that one. I know there's 2 tickets left for that one. But
I
I think we had a,
actually
yeah.
I can't go to that one. I already have
Well,
something.
you got the 22nd. So if you
Yeah,
wanted to, you can go
I
to
would
the
love
22nd.
to try for that one. Yeah, this was definitely like it was very real and amazing. Cool. Like I would advocate for this
Yeah,
experience anytime. It was something that you won't experience unless it's like this, like true, like good intention and people who like
mhm.
are open and not provoking because that does have like a big aspect on really who you're gonna communicate with too. Everyone's like
Yeah.
respectful.
Well, sometimes it
Well,
does.
you're
Sometimes
you're
it
just
does. I
respectful,
mean,
I feel like. Just like the environment was just like respectful. Like especially
yeah,
when you leave and you make sure you say like thank you
yeah.
for
And that's like that. You want to be more respectful, but in a place like, let's say, I don't know, Fort Mifflin or
yeah.
the haunted orphanage in Gettysburg, because that's where I had my partial possession in Gettysburg at the haunted orphanage, because provoking the
It's
headmaster or
different.
caretaker, whatever,
Yeah.
you know. And I really wasn't doing much. We just had a couple cops in the group that were off duty and carrying their off duty guns. And I said, "Oh, Rosa, they're here to arrest you and all that." Next thing I know, I'm seeing a white mist form around me and go into me, and I lost track of time and all that. By the time I got upstairs, I was so out of it. I was in like a smoke fire type situation, and I couldn't find my way out. And but everybody said that it wasn't me. I flung the door open almost off the hinges. They said so. I slept good that night though. I slept for 12 hours, man. I had a great sleep.
Oh man.
Right, dear?
It's definitely different. Like, yeah.
But, yeah. So that's the end of the show. I mean, we're 57 minutes here, but hang out for a second. I'll talk to you after.
Okay.
So,
Thanks for having
uh,
me.
oh, yep. Oop, what happened? You're back. Hold on. There we go. Okay. I must have hit the button there. So, like I said, hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Um, we had, we have the 2 other events, October 22nd, October 29th at the house. So just keep an eye on Facebook, our social medias and all that. And you'll see, and you can get tickets. There's 2 tickets left the 29th. So if you're going to go, get your tickets now because they're going quick. All right. So everybody have a good night, and we'll see you the 23rd, which is next week, next Friday, a week from today, right? We have Christina Westerville on. This is going to be a regular show. Unfortunately, she couldn't do Sunday, so that's why we were doing it. We're doing it on Friday. So on that note, we'll catch everybody next Friday. Later.